Hey everyone, this is Cullah Hale from Destination Thrills, and I'm back with another coaster duel. This seems to be the most popular series on my channel, and I really love to do these videos, so I'm excited to bring another one to you today. And we have two Giga coasters dueling it out, and it just so happens it's two Giga coasters in the same state, Ohio. We have the battle in space, Orion at Kings Island versus Millennium Force at Cedar Point. Now, I have been so blessed to ride both of these coasters. I rode Millennium Force back in 2018, and I just rode Orion a couple weeks ago, and both coasters are really fantastic. I do prefer one over the other, and I'll get into that a little bit later, but both coasters, regardless, have a lot of popularity, especially Millennium Force, which opened in 2000. It has been one of the most iconic coasters in the community. I think everyone, if you're a coaster fan, knows what Millennium Force is. Orion is like the new kid on the block here. A lot of coaster enthusiasts were a bit underwhelmed when the layout was released, but I think now that people have had the chance to ride it, it is certainly catching the community by storm, and it is well deserved. So that is why I wanted to do this battle today, because I think it is so intriguing to have these two Giga coasters in the same state going head to head. Now, before I jump right into this battle, I just want to welcome everyone who is new to the channel. Here at Destination Thrills, we do tons of coaster battles, but we also do coaster speculation videos, reviews, cringy vlogs, rankings, pretty much anything coaster related we like to cover. So if you're interested in that, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and head to our homepage to check out the rest of the videos on our channel. Okay, so let's jump into the rules of this duel. This is pretty much our standard format for these 1 vs 1 battles. I posted 8 questions to my Instagram story. 7 of these questions focus on specific categories like most intense and most comfortable. The coaster that tallied the most votes would then win that category, and each category was worth 2 points. The final question was worth a total of 5 points, and that is which coaster is best overall. The coaster with the most votes at the end will be our winner. There is a total of 19 possible points, so the coaster that reaches 10 first will automatically win the duel. Now, if you missed this battle, don't worry, we will have plenty more on the channel. Head over to our Instagram page and follow us there so you can participate in the next duel. Okay, I think it's time to jump right into the results. All right, let's jump into our first question, which is which coaster has the best first drop? You know, personally, I enjoyed both of their first drops. Millennium Force has that beautiful skyline. You just look out into Lake Erie. And then also it has that pretty steep first drop. It gives you some really good whip if you're in the back seat. But I actually preferred Orion's first drop. Orion doesn't have the same scenery as Millennium Force, obviously, but it has a really good stomach dropping sensation, and that's just something that I look for in first drops, and Orion's just seemed to do it much better than Millennium Force. So personally, I would pick Orion, but let's see what our voters chose. And the winner of best first drop and getting the first 2 points is Millennium Force with 58% of the vote. So Millennium Force gets the early lead here, 2-0. All right, moving on to question 2, we have which coaster has the best airtime? Now, to me, I think this is a very clear winner. I think Orion clearly has the best airtime. It has more airtime moments, and the ejector air in the speed hill and then transitions into the giant floater airtime hill. It's just a fantastic airtime combo, and then even the ending with that twisted airtime as well. It's just really good and surprisingly really strong. I said this in my Kings Island vlog, but I felt like Orion had the strongest airtime that I've ever felt on a B&M coaster. Now, that's not to say that Millennium Force doesn't have airtime. It does have some good moments, just not as much or as strong as Orion in my opinion. So let's see what our voters felt, and our winner for best airtime is Orion with 72% of the vote and now ties Millennium Force. All right, we're already starting off neck and neck in this battle. Let's move on to the next question, which is which coaster has the best feeling of speed? This one I think goes to Millennium Force hands down. Millennium Force just has those low to the ground moments, especially when you're flying into those tunnels. It just gives you that sensation that you are going super fast, and I think just having the trees around you and everything like that just gives you that awesome sensation of speed. Orion has strong velocity as well, but there's just a lot of elevated elements that kind of slow the train down, so I would say that Millennium Force provides a better feeling of speed than Orion. But let's see what the voters chose, and it is Millennium Force with 82% of the vote, so more people felt like Millennium Force had a better feeling of speed, and now Millennium Force has the lead 4-2. All right, let's move on to our fourth question, which is which coaster has the most fulfilling duration? So I know we could easily look up the stats and see which coaster is longer technically, or which coaster has a longer duration. But sometimes a coaster that is technically shorter than another feels like it is longer for whatever reason. In my opinion, I think both coasters have a pretty good duration, but I think Millennium Force does feel like it goes a little bit longer. It has a better ride time in my opinion, but I will say I expected Orion to be a lot shorter, especially after looking at the layout. But once I rode it, I felt like the ride was a lot longer than I expected, if that makes sense. So I don't know, we'll see who wins this. I think it's gonna go Millennium Force, but maybe the voters will surprise us. Okay, so the winner of most fulfilling duration is Millennium Force with 79% of the vote and takes a commanding 6-2 lead here early in this battle, but there's still plenty of time for Orion to catch up. All right, let's move on to the next question, which is, which coaster is the most comfortable? Honestly, I haven't had a problem with either coaster as far as comfort is concerned. I did say in my vlog that I felt like Orion had a bit of a rattle to it. I also think Millennium Force can give you a headache with some of those strong G-forces, just depending on your tolerance. So there's that as well, but for me it comes down to the restraints. I really love the clamshell restraints. They are very freeing, they're not restrictive at all, and you hardly notice that they're there. I feel like the T-bars are good as well, but they can give you a little bit of thigh pain just depending on how much airtime you're getting. So personally, I prefer the clamshell restraints, which is why I would give Orion my vote in this category. So let's see what the voters chose, and the winner of most comfortable is Orion with 72% of the vote. So we haven't really had a close battle so far. It's been pretty convincing wins in each category. So Orion makes up a little bit of ground on Millennium Force, and Millennium Force holds on to a 6-4 lead as we head into the sixth question, which is, which coaster has the best finale? This was an interesting question, and I made sure I specified what I was meaning by finale. So for Orion, I was saying it was the giant helix into the curved airtime hill for its finale. And for Millennium Force, I was saying it was the speed bump into the final overbank turn. So which one of these are better? Both I enjoyed a lot, and I would say they're actually my favorite moments on each ride. That speed bump is the best airtime moment on Millennium Force in my opinion, and so that's what excited me the most about that ride. And I think the curved airtime hill on Orion is a sweet moment. It's so not B&M like, if you know what I mean. So I think this could be a close battle just depending on which one you like better. I personally like Orion's curved airtime hill better, but the speed bump is pretty good as well. So this could be a close battle, maybe the first close matchup we've had so far. So the winner of best finale is Orion, barely, with 54% of the vote to Millennium Force's 46%. So a very tight race here, but Orion ties this duel up 6-6. So a little bit of a comeback here for Orion as we head into our final two questions, and these are the most important. So for our seventh question, we have, which coaster is most intense? And the reason why I say this question is important as well, even though these 2 points won't matter, because whatever coaster gets the next 5 in the final round will win the duel. But I believe this round will be the most telling as to which coaster has the best chance of winning the overall category, because I think a lot of coaster enthusiasts, especially the ones that are voting, probably prefer intensity as their main thing. They want an intense coaster. So whatever coaster the voters find the most intense will probably be the one they like the most overall. That's just my opinion. So we'll see if that plays out, but in my opinion, I think both coasters are intense, but I think Millennium Force has the stronger positive G's. So I think Millennium Force gets the intensity for me, even though a lot of people say Millennium Force is Millennium Forceless, but that's another conversation. All right, so the winner of most intense is Millennium Force with 65% of the vote, and so Millennium Force has the 8-6 lead into our final question, which is, which coaster is better overall? Now, I'm going to contradict myself here a little bit because I do believe that Millennium Force is the more intense coaster, but I found Orion to be much better, and I like it overall a lot better. It's just got really good variety, and it has good airtime, and those are the things that I look for. But I will say Millennium Force has a lot of fans, and a lot of people think that Millennium Force is one of the top tier coasters, so it is very possible that Millennium Force wins this final category, and I think it does have the edge. It's been around since 2000. It has a lot of fans. I just think it's set up for success here, even though personally I feel like Orion is a bit better. So let's see what the voters chose, and the winner of Orion versus Millennium Force is Millennium Force with 61% of the votes, so Millennium Force beats Orion with a score of 13-6 here. Congratulations to Cedar Point and Millennium Force for winning this coaster duel. I was really looking forward to this battle, and it ended up being close all the way to the finish there, and then Millennium Force took the final 2 categories to get that 13-6 victory. So what a great duel. I'm so excited to do some more of these, and I just want to give a special shout out to everyone who voted in this battle. We were just shy of 500 voters for this duel, which is awesome. I'm hoping we continue to grow these battles, so be sure to share these with your coaster loving friends. Now, I already have the next battle planned, and it will be in the first weekend of October, and this matchup was probably the most requested. It will be another theme park duel featuring America's premier roller coaster destinations. That is right, we will have a coaster lineup battle between Six Flags Magic Mountain and Cedar Point. I am very excited for this duel. I always say I'm excited for every duel, but this one is truly going to be special just because these 2 parks have a strong fan base and they're very passionate about their park. So I'm excited to see these 2 fan bases go at it in the ultimate battle of coaster destinations. Again, that battle will be the first weekend of October, so be on the lookout for that. Now, I do have one final announcement, and that is I plan to release the full off-season tournament schedule in October. We will be doing 10 different roller coaster tournaments from the month of October all the way through the month of April in 2021. And that's going to include our 2nd annual North American Coaster Tournament. I have other tournaments planned as well, so I'm very excited to release that full schedule to you, letting you know when these tournaments are gonna take place. And the moment I have that, I will post that to all my social media pages and on the community tab, so be on the lookout for that. Now, if you can't wait that long for the next coaster duel, no worries. I have plenty already on my channel that we've done. I will link the full playlist in the description below, along with my Cedar Fair vs Six Flags battle in the card above. Also, don't forget to subscribe to Destination Thrills, as we're the destination for all the latest theme park news, battles, and content. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Cullah Hale. Stay safe and have a good one.